Hello again. Dee Tozer here with Couples HQ Daily Podcast. And today's episode is about a word that you may not have heard of because, in effect, I made it up many years ago, probably 30 years ago. So it is pronounced OREA, and it's a combination of 4 letters, O-R-E-A. Sorry if my Australian accent's getting in the way of you knowing what that is, but this will help. So when we first meet somebody, the OREA gradually evolves between you. So the first thing is the O stands for obligation. And that obligation in the beginning, if you like that person enough, is that you're going to be fitting around timeframes and some of what they want to do and some of the ways they do it. You are fitting around it to keep being likable and liked. Yes, you might even be putting on your best face in that obligation early phase, where you feel without putting on the best face or without thinking more about what the other person wants, then the relationship might fold, and you don't want that because you like that person enough. You're drawn to that person enough. So you get an obligation evolves to shift your own behavior more into what they like in the beginning. That's what happens. And then the next thing that starts, as we get closer and we're doing really well, we fall in love, we are wanting to be together, spending more and more time together, a responsibility appears. So that's the R. So O, obligation, R, responsibility in OREA. The responsibility is there then to keep up the front or the persona that you've presented. And responsibilities come with that. And those responsibilities are cooperating, being kind, listening, goodwill, showing goodwill, cooperating, showing affection. All those, if you like, the vibe things that keep the love alive or the feeling alive while we're in that early stage, passionate in love, brings responsibility with it. And then other responsibilities turn up as you get closer and you decide to be together more, and then you may move in together eventually, or sooner rather than later, whichever way it is, get married, set up a long-term scenario, and responsibilities grow. So, but moving into that responsible phase is not easy. It's not easy because usually in the early phase, we're in a fun-loving, low responsibility, in one sense, time frame, and then we go into much higher responsibilities. And it's when we get into the higher responsibilities that all things start to cause, that's where all the trouble points come up. And that's because as the responsibilities develop, expectations develop too of each other. Expectations that you're going to meet the responsibilities and the obligations. And you did then, so why not now? Criticism starts, intolerance creeps in, irritability, annoyance, hurt feelings, because expectations are not getting met. We know what that's like. And that's the crux of disapproval, because that's exactly when criticism starts coming in. But you said, you didn't. Why didn't you do that? Or I thought we were going to. All those sorts of sentence starters happen that put somebody in the hot seat, and we don't like it. Don't like being called out. So that's the E in OREA. So we've got obligations, responsibility, expectations come in. And then accountability is the A on the end. So we have accountability to each other, to ourselves, yes, and to each other. And that develops over time. The accountability develops more and more as the responsibilities do. obligations develop, there are more responsibilities, more expectations, okay, more accountability. However, it's where the accountability doesn't happen or doesn't happen in the way the other person wants or thinks it should happen, and all the should-isms come in, all the trouble starts. Yeah, and that's where the disapproval overtakes everything and the desire drops off. So you can really follow through to see, okay, how is that what happened to us? Just 4 letters, OREA. Well, maybe not, but maybe. The only way to know that, sit and have a good think about it with yourself, jot some notes in your phone. Obligation, responsibility, expectations, and accountability. They're the 4 things. Now, if they're all done well, relationships thrive. If they're not, or if only one is not done well, if one continually keeps on letting the other one down in one of those areas or more than one, relationship tension rises, distance comes in, passion dies, desire dies. So I'm going to leave it there. This is really an awareness, sharpening of an awareness of how does it gradually evolve over time in 4 simple words rather than, an hour's video or a Zoom or something. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Dee Tozer, the Couples Master Coach, signing off for now.